Vector is one of those games that doesn't just give you a set of mechanics to play with, it gives you a feeling, a sensation, a visceral rush that you can almost physically feel in your chest as you make each leap vault, each barrier, and slide. Under each pipe with split-second precision. It's a mobile game, yes, but from the very moment you see that intro, the anonymous silhouette in a dystopian high-rise office, breaking away from the monotonous rhythm of his life, shattering the confines of a rigid system, you realize this is a runner with purpose. This isn't just about staying alive or collecting coins. It's about escape. It's about the rebellion of movement, about choosing freedom over safety, about the raw poetry of running with nothing but your own skill to keep you ahead of the one chasing you. Neki, the studio behind it, is known for crafting games that live and breathe through animation. Their later Shadow Fight series proved they could take the art of movement and make it the soul of the game. But Vector was in many ways their most distilled experiment in flow, momentum, and player rhythm. And it works because everything from the art direction to the sound design is built to serve that feeling of velocity. The controls are deceptively simple. Swipe up to jump, swipe down to slide, swipe up at the right moment to vault higher obstacles, swipe faster for a more explosive move. But what's remarkable is how much expression and skill there is within such a minimal control scheme. You can't just spam gestures and expect to succeed. The game rewards anticipation, reading the rooftop ahead, committing to a jump a fraction of a second before your brain says it's safe, chaining a vault directly into a roll so you don't lose momentum. Each action flows into the next, and when you execute a perfect sequence, it feels like you've unlocked a hidden language in your fingers. Vector is based on real-life parkour principles, and it shows these aren't exaggerated cartoonish flips for the sake of spectacle. They're grounded, weighty, efficient movements that a trained freerunner could realistically pull off. That realism makes even the smallest maneuvers satisfying. Clearing a narrow gap with just enough landing space feels dangerous. Sliding under a low beam at the last possible moment feels like escaping by the skin of your teeth. There's an almost physical tension in your body as you play because the game makes you internalize the momentum. And then there's the way Vector handles level design. Unlike endless runners like Temple Run or Subway Surfers where obstacles are randomly generated, Vector's stages are deliberately crafted. This means every gap, every wall, every sloped roof is placed with intent. A kind of choreography between you, the environment, and your relentless pursuer. Early levels are generous, letting you learn the timing and pace, but later stages become a demanding dance. You'll need to memorize layouts, experiment with alternate routes, and learn advanced moves to shave milliseconds off your run. This handcrafted design also allows the game to build tension in a more cinematic way. Some levels start in wide, open spaces with long flowing sprints. Others trap you in cramped industrial corridors where obstacles come so fast you barely have time to react. And when you finally execute a perfect run, hitting every move with precision, you get a rush that's part triumph, part relief. The art style is one of Vector's defining features. The characters and most foreground elements are pure black silhouettes, sharp and instantly readable against richly detailed grayscale backdrops. This minimalism isn't just aesthetic, it's functional. You can always read the environment clearly, spot hazards instantly, and focus entirely on your movement. The backgrounds themselves tell a silent story. You run past looming skyscrapers, down graffiti smeared service alleys, across rooftops littered with ventilation ducts and industrial piping. Sometimes you glimpse the distant city skyline fading into smog. Other times you're darting past apartment windows that flash by like frames of a film. The design makes you feel small against the oppressive sprawl of the city, reinforcing the theme of being hunted in a system far larger than you. The animation work is simply put masterful. Every jump has a realistic arc. Every roll compresses the body's weight before springing you back to your feet. Every wall vault is a quick, efficient movement that looks exactly like the real-life technique it's based on. You can see the protagonist's body shift, momentum mid-air. You can feel the strain in a long jump. You can almost hear the breathless rush of someone running flat out. The pursuer's animations are equally telling. Precise, efficient, and utterly relentless. Even when you pull ahead, you can see him matching your movements in the ice. Background reminding you that the chase never truly stops. And then there's the music. Vector's soundtrack is a pulse of electronic beats and urgent rhythms that fuse perfectly with the gameplay. It's not bombastic, it's tight-focused, almost claustrophobic, like the steady thump of your heartbeat as you sprint. The beats kick harder when the pursuer closes in, amplifying the tension until you can almost feel him breathing down your neck. The sound effects are sharp but minimal. The impact of feet hitting metal, the rasp of sliding across a rooftop, the metallic clang of a landing, the faint wind rushing past your ears. Together, they create a soundscape that keeps you immersed in the run without overwhelming you. Progression. In Vector isn't just about moving forward, it's about mastering movement itself. As you clear levels, you unlock new tricks from the in-game store. These aren't just cosmetic flourishes. They open up new ways to navigate the environment. Some moves allow you to clear obstacles faster. Others give you access to alternate routes that save time or look cooler in replays. The currency system is generous enough that you can unlock moves steadily without feeling like you're grinding endlessly, but perfectionists will want to replay earlier levels to nail every trick and earn top scores. That's where the game's replayability shines. Once you've beaten a level, the real challenge is beating it perfectly. Monetization, especially for the time it was released, is refreshingly mild. The free version offers a full set of levels with ads that you can remove via purchase. Additional moves can be unlocked faster through microtransactions, but they're never forced. Compared to modern mobile games drowning in energy systems, paywalls, and gacha mechanics, Vector feels almost generous. It respects your time, lets you play as much as you want, and rewards skill more than spending. Performance-wise, Vector is impressively smooth, even on older devices. The simple yet stylish art style means it's not taxing on hardware, and touch input is consistently responsive. That's vital in a game where one missed swipe means failure. The physics are tuned just right, so that jumps feel consistent. There's no sense of cheap deaths where the game misreads your intent. When you fail, you know it's because your timing was off, and that makes retrying addictive instead of frustrating. In terms of its place in gaming, History Vector came out during a wave of endless runner popularity, but it carved its own niche by being a finite runner, with actual level design, story context, and skill-based progression. In spirit, it shares DNA with games like Mirrors, Edge only distilled into a 2D side-scrolling form that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. Thematically, it taps into the same rebellion and freedom vibe that makes parkour itself so compelling. The idea that you can navigate the world in your own way, using your own body as the tool of escape. The sequel, Vector 2, expanded on the mechanics and shifted to a more survival-oriented, procedurally generated structure with gear upgrades, but many fans still prefer the original's purity. It's tight-focused and endlessly replayable without bloat. And even now, more than a decade later, it's one of those games you can reinstall and instantly fall back into. The muscle memory comes rushing back your fingers, remembering the exact swipe rhythm to clear a perfect run. Community reception has been consistently strong, with players praising its style, flow, and precision. It's inspired fan challenges, speedruns, and even real-life parkour practice sessions where players try to mimic moves from the game. That's the kind of cultural footprint few mobile games achieve. Vector isn't just a runner, it's a game about freedom, mastery, and movement. It's a game that proves that with the right focus on animation, pacing, and player skill, you can make something timeless, even on a phone screen. It's the rare title where every run tells a story, your story, of pushing a little further, moving a little faster, and refusing to be caught. And when you finally hit that perfect flow, when your fingers and the runner's movements sync so completely that you forget you're even holding a device, you realize that this is more than gameplay. It's momentum in digital form. Until next time, may peace, a smile, and a warm heart be with you. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, may peace, a smile, and a warm heart be with you. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you tomorrow.